In today's fast-paced world, everyone is looking for an edge. We often believe that once we've achieved certain milestones, whether it's a promotion, a big paycheck, or recognition, we'll finally be happy. Success, we think, leads to happiness. But what if we've been thinking about it the wrong way? What if happiness isn't something we gain after success, but rather the key to achieving it? Surprisingly, happiness isn't the result of hard work. It's actually a powerful tool that can help boost your performance and improve your overall quality of life. By focusing on happiness first, you set yourself up for success in ways you may not have imagined. In this extract, you'll discover 7 simple principles designed to increase your happiness. These principles will not only bring more joy to your life, but also help you achieve your goals more effectively. Traditional psychology tends to focus on what's wrong with people. It asks questions like, are you less happy or less fulfilled than others? If the answer is yes, the goal becomes bringing you up to the average level of happiness or satisfaction. The issue with this approach is that it centers around problems, what pulls people below average without exploring what helps them rise above it. By concentrating only on fixing weaknesses, we miss the chance to go beyond average and reach for excellence. For example, 4 out of 5 Harvard students report feeling stressed or depressed. Traditional psychology would focus on these 4, seeing them as the norm. But what of the 5th student who isn't depressed? Ignoring that one outlier means missing out on key insights, especially since the student is more likely to excel both in school and in life. This gap in traditional psychology paved the way for a new field, positive psychology. Instead of dwelling on problems, positive psychology looks at what helps people thrive. The goal isn't just to bring everyone up to average, but to help them surpass it. So, why does that one Harvard student succeed while others struggle? After years of observing students at Harvard and around the world, the author found that success comes down to how people view their reality. For instance, in Soweto, South Africa, students see their education as a privilege and an exciting challenge. Harvard students, on the other hand, often view school as a source of stress. This shift in mindset is what positive psychology focuses on, helping people adopt perspectives that allow them to excel, not just get by. Happiness. What does it really mean? We often hear it defined as the experience of positive emotions, but in reality, happiness is deeply personal. What makes one person happy might not work for someone else. Positive psychology teaches us that when we feel good, we're not only happier, but we're also smarter, more motivated, and more likely to succeed. On the flip side, negative emotions can limit our ability to think clearly and take action. Think about a time when you felt too low to even get out of bed. It's hard to function when you're down. The reverse is true too. Positive emotions open up new possibilities and make us more receptive to new ideas. From a biological standpoint, this makes sense. When we feel happy, our brains release chemicals like dopamine and serotonin. These chemicals make us feel good, but they also help our brains learn better, organize information, and remember it more easily. In other words, being in a good mood can actually improve your performance, like doing better on a math test just because you're feeling positive. But the impact of happiness goes even deeper. Research involving over 275,000 people shows that happiness leads to success in nearly every area of life, whether it's in relationships, work, health, or creativity. Big companies like Google and Yahoo understand this. That's why they offer fun perks like allowing employees to bring pets to work or enjoy a massage, which boosts both mood and productivity. Now that we've explored what happiness is, the next chapter will dive into 7 strategies you can use to boost your happiness, and with it, your success. Ever notice how work feels easier when you're in a good mood? It's not just in your head, our brains actually function better when we feel positive. In a study, researchers tracked 272 employees' initial happiness levels and compared them to their performance over 18 months. The results showed that those who started off happier received better reviews and higher pay. Why? Because a positive mindset drives success, not the other way around. This is what's known as the happiness advantage. a performance boost that comes from feeling good. It's not about happiness being a reward for success. Instead, happiness is the foundation that fuels high performance. Now you're thinking, I'm just not a naturally happy person. Don't worry. The happiness advantage is achievable for anyone. It's all about mindset and habits. Start small by appreciating life's little moments, whether it's a fun chat with a friend or watching a funny video. These small bursts of positivity make a big difference. Next, actively work on bringing positivity into your life. Try exercises like meditation. Studies show that people who meditate regularly experience growth in the prefrontal cortex, the brain's happiness center. But you don't need to meditate for hours. Just spending 5 minutes focusing on your breathing can help reduce stress and boost happiness. Another easy way to feel happier. Think about something exciting in your future. Research shows that anticipation often brings more joy than the event itself. Even just daydreaming about an upcoming vacation can raise your endorphins by 27%. With consistent effort, anyone can tap into the happiness advantage and enjoy a more successful, fulfilling life. Ever noticed how, when an older sibling accidentally hits the younger one, they quickly crack a joke or say something sweet to stop the tears? But why does this work? How can a few words change how someone feels pain? The answer lies in how our brains work. While we can't always control what happens to us, we can change how we interpret and respond to those events. Your brain has limited resources, meaning it can't focus on everything at once. It has to choose whether to focus on pain, stress, and negativity, or on positive emotions like hope, optimism, and meaning. This is why making your little sister laugh can distract her from the pain of being hit. Her brain can't focus on both at the same time. Interestingly, how we view our daily activities often shapes our reality more than the activities themselves. Take a study from 1979, for example, where a group of 75-year-old men lived for a week as if it were 1959. They wore period clothing, read old newspapers, and fully embraced the lifestyle of that time. Remarkably, after just 1 week, they showed improvements in strength, memory, posture, and cognition. By shifting their mindset, they also improved their physical and mental performance. The same applies to happiness and success. A positive mindset doesn't just make you feel good, it can actually help you perform better. The more you believe in your ability to succeed, the more likely you are to achieve your goals. In short, your mindset shapes how you experience the world, and shifting it towards optimism can unlock greater happiness and success. By now, you probably understand how powerful a positive mindset can be and are wondering how to bring more happiness into your life. First, it's important to know that our brains develop habits in how we view the world. A good example is the Harvard study where 27 people were paid to play Tetris for hours every day over 3 days. After a while, the participants found themselves mentally arranging cereal boxes in stores and even visualizing how buildings could fit better together on the street. This mental shift is known as the Tetris Effect. There are 2 sides to this effect. The negative Tetris effect happens when your brain gets stuck in negative patterns, which can hold you back. For instance, tax auditors who are always looking for mistakes at work might only see flaws in people around them. On the flip side, the positive Tetris effect is when your brain starts focusing on opportunities that lead to success. The more your brain experiences positivity, the more optimistic you become. Optimistic people tend to set tougher goals and work harder to achieve them compared to pessimists. To shift your focus to the positive, try this. Each day, write down 3 good things that happened the day before. It doesn't have to be life-changing. Small wins like a funny joke, completing a task, or spending quality time with someone matter. While this exercise seems simple, doing it regularly trains your brain to notice the good things around you. Over time, this habit will make your days feel brighter and improve your overall quality of life. We all face tough situations, but how we see them can shape our happiness and success. After a crisis, your mind can go down one of 3 paths. 1. No change. You end up right where you started with no growth. 2. Negative spiral. The event drags you down, leaving you worse off than before. 3. The third path, You use the challenge to grow stronger and more capable. The third path is what separates those who feel stuck from those who rise above. It's not the event itself that defines you, but how you respond and what you create from it. Take Walt Disney, for example. After being fired from a newspaper for supposedly lacking creativity, he didn't give up. Instead, he pursued his passion even harder and became a global icon. Our minds also create counterfacts after a crisis, alternative scenarios we imagine. For instance, if you were injured in a bank robbery, would you feel unlucky because you were shot? Or lucky because it wasn't worse? Your brain will generate both thoughts, but you get to choose which one to focus on. It's better to pick the one that empowers you and leads to positive outcomes. In the end, success isn't about never falling, it's about bouncing back stronger. Think of Michael Jordan, who didn't quit when he was cut from his high school basketball team. Instead, he used that moment to fuel his determination, becoming one of the greatest athletes ever. That's the essence of the third path, not just falling down, but learning to fall up. Success often comes from believing you have control over your future. It's one of the biggest drivers of happiness and performance. People who feel they can shape their outcomes tend to do better in school, achieve more in their careers, and are generally happier at work. Take a successful athlete, for instance. She doesn't blame her losses on the referees or bad weather, and she doesn't chalk her wins up to luck either. She knows her success is in her hands. But when stress builds up and feels overwhelming, this sense of control can quickly fade. Focusing too much on things you can't control can drain your motivation, happiness, and confidence. The good news, you can regain control. Start by expressing your negative emotions. Write them down or talk about them with someone you trust. Studies show that when you put your emotions into words, their power over you decreases, and this helps you take back control. Once you've acknowledged your emotions, shift your focus to small, manageable goals. As you build your skills, resources, and confidence, you'll be able to tackle even bigger challenges. It's also important to distinguish between what you can and can't control. A simple exercise is to make 2 lists, one for things you can change and one for things you can't. By letting go of the uncontrollable, you can channel your energy into what you can influence, giving yourself a better shot at success. And remember, you don't have to tackle everything at once. Small victories add up to big achievements over time. Focus on one step at a time and watch your progress grow. Chapter 8. Willpower isn't enough. Focus on minimizing barriers and building habits. We all know that exercise is good for us and smoking isn't, right? But even with this knowledge, many people struggle to start good habits or break bad ones. Why is that? The issue lies in relying too much on willpower. Willpower is like a muscle. It gets tired with overuse. Research shows that it's not a reliable long-term strategy for maintaining lifestyle changes because it runs out over time. Consider this experiment. Participants were given 2 plates, one with cookies and another with radishes. They were told to eat the radishes but resist the cookies. Afterward, they were asked to solve puzzles. Those who had resisted the cookies gave up on the puzzles much faster than those who didn't have to deal with temptation at all. Their willpower was already drained. You've probably experienced this too. Maybe after sticking to a diet for a month, you eventually gave in and returned to old habits. It happens when willpower is stretched too thin. So, how do we build and stick to good habits? The answer is to make things easier for yourself by reducing activation energy, which is the effort it takes to start something. For example, if you want to start journaling, keep a notebook and pen by your bed so it's easy to grab. If you want to practice guitar more often, keep it on a stand instead of packed away in a closet. Want to cut back on smoking? Hide your cigarettes in a place that's hard to reach. Small changes like these, even ones that take just 20 seconds, can make a big difference in forming and keeping good habits. Imagine this. Your boss gives you a new project, and you dive in headfirst, isolating yourself from everyone around you. There's no socializing, no breaks, just you and the task at hand. The result? You'll either burn out or struggle to succeed. The truth is, successful people understand that strong social connections are key to their success. Building relationships fills us with positivity, and over time, it actually boosts our overall happiness. At work, teams that foster social connections often see better results. Even casual chats by the water cooler can spark happiness and improve team morale. Harvard research confirms this, demonstrating a strong link between social support and happiness that surpasses individual traits. And a study of 24,000 American workers revealed that those with fewer social connections are 2 to 3 times more likely to experience depression. Given this, it's clear that leaders should create environments that encourage social interaction. However, some leaders hesitate, thinking it will undermine their authority or blur the lines between work and friendship. But research from MIT shows that employees with strong relationships with their managers actually contribute more to the company's success. If you're in a leadership role, take steps to introduce new team members to others, even across departments, and consider organizing team lunches. Most importantly, express gratitude. Recognizing someone's efforts, especially in front of others, is a powerful way to strengthen bonds and boost morale. Now that we've explored the 7 principles of the happiness advantage, in the final chapter, we'll look at what lies ahead. Have you ever noticed how contagious a headache can be? You see someone yawn, and suddenly you're yawning too. Happiness works the same way. While the ideas in this chapter begin with you, they don't stop there. When you embrace the power of happiness, its effects ripple outward, touching those around you. This means the benefits of your positive mindset aren't just for you. They spread to your friends, family, and even your community. By making small positive changes in your own life, you're unknowingly influencing others. It's akin to a domino effect. By elevating your own mood, you can potentially brighten your son's day, who in turn can uplift his friend, and so on. This is called the ripple effect. Businesses have long understood this concept. It's why sitcoms often use laugh tracks to encourage viewers to laugh along. Sometimes this ripple effect can grow enough that it causes what's known as the butterfly effect, where even a small action, like a butterfly flapping its wings, can lead to big changes across the world. So never underestimate the power of your happiness. Even the smallest shift in your mindset can have a massive impact on those around you, and maybe even the world. Thanks for watching. Before you go, here's a quick thought to leave you with. Happiness isn't the result of success. It's actually the foundation for it. When you're happy, success naturally follows. The beneficial news: you don't have to overhaul your entire life to find happiness. Sometimes it's as simple as shifting your mindset and appreciating the positive things that are already around you. Here's a memorable tip you can try today. Buy your nephew or any loved one a small gift. Research shows that spending money on others can make you feel happier than spending it on yourself. So why not take a friend out for coffee, surprise someone with a thoughtful present, or even donate to a cause you care about? A small act of kindness can go a long way in boosting your mood. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on future content. Let me know in the comments how you plan to spread a little happiness today. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
If you found this helpful, don't forget to hit the like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more content. Sign up for our weekly newsletter for a 1-page summary of this extract. Until next time, take care and find your balance. See you in the next video.